My name is Michelle Reynolds, and I attend church at First Christian Church, Decatur, Illinois, where I serve on the admin committee. One of the things I was most concerned about before I left, and one of the hard things about deciding to go, was making sure that I wasn't a tourist to the refugees' misery. And it wasn't that at all, and it surprised me. When we got there, overwhelmingly, the groups would be so thankful and would just thank us over and over again for being there. And I realized that our presence among them was bearing witness to what they've done. And it allows us to retell their stories and to say their names. And I think it was important, and our presence encouraged them. One of the speakers that we heard said, "We prefer the type of giving and the follow-up that your group is doing to even the billions of dollars that are sent by government that sometimes we never see."
On Monday, when we were at the North Church, we met Dmitry, and he was a pastor from Ukraine who had been arrested. He was imprisoned for 8 days, and he shared a lot about his experience there. Was able to tell us about things that he was hearing in other cells and just really the environment that he was in. And to be able to share, one of the things he said that impacted me a lot, he said, "I've lost a lot throughout my life. I'm used to losing," he said. But he's just so focused on going back. And he's so focused on serving those people, including the Russian people. One of the things that he told us was that 80% of the ministers in Russia are Ukrainian. And just thinking about the ramifications of that and how that plays out, that the very people who are oppressing their nation are the people that they're going to tell about Jesus, just really impacted me.
I would say that I was profoundly changed by this trip. It's been difficult coming home, and it's hard moving around in a world that doesn't physically and emotionally and spiritually understand what we saw that was happening over there. And because of that, it is an honor to carry the weight of what they've gone through. And I think it's exactly what Christ called us to do, to bear each other's burdens.
One of the ways in which we as a congregation and the other congregations who joined us have been helping with the Ukrainian refugees in Poland is a variety of different ways, but one is obviously with children. Mothers are arriving with their kids, their fathers, their husbands, their older brothers, their grandpas are left behind because of the war. And these mothers arrive with trying to figure out, what am I going to do with my children if I'm going to get a job and find a way to make a living? So we as a congregation, we have funded pre-K centers all across the country. And the kids one of them heard we were coming. And they graciously made these cards for us, which are, look at that. Isn't that sweet? The sad part is we were told that some of the children in the pre-K area, that particular pre-K we were in that day, some of the kids, their fathers had been killed in action, and yet the mothers and the authorities didn't yet have the ability or the means with which to tell the kids that Daddy was dead. It just tears my heart up. Thank you. Thank you for sending us. Thank you for being the hands and feet of Jesus in the form of food and housing and care and love being extended. You're making a difference, and I'm really grateful for that.